After ending high school, I did not know what I wanted to do.
I followed my heart just like you.
Yes guys, it's Everman here again with another video, and this week we are talking about me and why I decided to become a teacher. Let's go. Number one, while being a student, I realized that many teachers pretended as if they were never students and they were so out of touch with reality that it was almost unreal. One of the many examples is that they would expect students to be ridiculously quiet, perfect silence, even when in staff room meetings or in teacher-parent meetings, the adults are not quiet. Another example is that teachers often don't believe in students. They think that just because a student is known for doing bad things, then he or she is automatically always guilty whenever convicted of something. One prime example is that I had a very good teacher friend slash teacher slash supervisor while in high school, and once while I was accompanying him to his class, apparently two students were fighting and one student ran to him explaining what happened. However, because the student had a negative reputation, he automatically dismissed the claim, after which that student was explaining the situation to me, and I said to myself, that is interesting. This is something I would not like to see in the future. Also, there are some teachers who simply do not belong in the profession because they would say meaningless things like, oh, at least I'm still getting paid. And they seem to have forgot that they were students too who had a teacher preparing them for the exams which they would have passed to have the job that they currently have. So, number two, I am an idealist. I would love to change the world. I would love to make this world a better place. However, it is impossible to do it on a grand scale. However, one of the more practical ways to make a change is within a small space, and primarily within the classroom, since you would have been touching a number of lives. Therefore, I said to myself, if I can influence at least one student, then it means that I can influence the world at large. I had a sort of personal experience that really moved me. I had a friend who had lost his way, and I've seen other students who've also lost their way, who later came to me, and when we dialogued, I realized that they only needed someone to help them before it got to this point. While being a student, I noticed these changes. However, I never thought it to be my duty or my responsibility, or simply put, I didn't think that I as a student could have helped another student. I just didn't think it made sense at that point in time. And so I said to myself, I'll never let another student go down the wrong path once I can do something about it. Therefore, becoming a teacher, I always look out for students who are going through a bad phase or a time when I try to assist as best as I can. Number three, I like having summer holidays. And that is the obvious truth. Being a teacher does not pay. However, what I like is the fact that I have a huge amount of vacation or holidays, and that I simply like. In fact, when I have my friends and they have to work during the summer, while I'm at home, I say to myself, wow, it kills to be, doesn't it? And number four is a very sad reality, but it is the truth. And that is that I literally did not know what I wanted to become. Therefore, I decided to spend 2 additional years in high school. After the first year ended, I still did not know what I wanted to do. And I started to become a little bit stressed. And I said to myself, perhaps I will figure it out by my second year. Whilst my second year was approaching its end, I still didn't know what I was going to do. However, at that point in time, all I knew was that I loved Spanish and I loved history. And a teacher said to me, why not teach? I've never thought of that. However, I remember that during that time period, I was a part of a program which helped students in lower grades. So I was a sort of tutor teacher, and I realized that I loved it. So I said to myself, why not? Number five, which is not so much one of the reasons I became a teacher, but it is one of the reasons I am still a teacher. It is a rewarding experience where you get to meet different students all the time, interesting students with amazing potential. In short, it is quite rewarding when you see students excel and you have an opportunity to aid a student. It is simply rewarding. And my final point here, which is my point number 6, is the ability to travel. This again was not a reason in the past, but it is a reason now. While being a teacher, I can work in different countries So unlike certain professions like law or architecture, where if you go to the country you have to relearn certain things, while being a teacher, particularly language teacher, it's more flexible because language does not change so in this context, and so it affords me the chance to see the world. So with that said, guys, those are my reasons for having become a teacher. If you're a teacher and you're watching this, what are your reasons for becoming a teacher? And if you're considering to become a teacher, do you have any questions? Anyways, I will see you guys next time. Ciao, ciao.
I followed my heart just like